Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Emma Lefebvre and today we're going to be painting a floral heart for Valentine's Day. So let's jump right in. Okay, so to start, I'm just going to go through my materials. I am going to be painting on Etchr's cold press watercolor paper that I just cut into kind of a square. I have my Winsor Newton Professional watercolors in my palette. I have my Craftamo brush in a size 10 round water paper towel, and I also have a pencil and an eraser. Okay, so we're going to be doing a floral heart. I did this last year during a live, but it wasn't great quality, so I thought I'd do it again because that video is gone. Okay, so instead of drawing out a heart guide, what I'm going to suggest is get a piece of scrap paper. I have this scrap paper that I was drawing Piggy and Gerald on for my son. So fold your paper in half, draw half of a heart, cut it out, and you have a perfect heart. Okay, so we're going to use this as a guide to draw our heart. So try and do it as light as you can so you're not going to be leaving any pencil marks on your paper. There we go. Okay, and then you're just going to erase any bits you don't need. If you'd like to use masking fluid to make sure you don't go over the lines, that would be a good idea. I don't think I'm going to do that for this painting, but you definitely can. I'm just going to try and paint inside the lines and then erase them after. Okay, so now we have our guide of our heart, and we're going to come up with a color palette. So I already did this beforehand, and I'll show you how I mix them, but I think this is the color palette I'm going to be going with. Some traditional pinks and red, you know, for Valentine's Day. And let's begin. So I'm going to have my little guide up here for you. Okay, and the first color I'm going to mix is these. Now, I like using Permanent Rose and alizarin crimson, or you can use just like a cadmium red deep. This is a deeper red. If you wanted to add a little bit of purple in there too to make it a bit darker, you could totally do that to get that like darker shade, or you can keep it kind of light. Okay, and we're just going to jump in and start. So I would like to do a peony to start, I think. So I'm going to do one here. I'm going to do it kind of like three main flowers as the focus, and then little tiny leaves and petal shapes all around. So we're going to do a peony right here. And I'm going to start off with a curve with a lot of saturated paint on my brush. And we're making it loose, remember? So just nice big kind of rounded curves. Okay, and then I'm going to do some little curves coming up and around. And I'm making this flower quite dark and saturated. And I have some petals falling down. If you'd like a more in-depth tutorial on these flowers individually, I have tons of floral videos that you can find them. Okay. Like that. Then I'm going to grab some green. So I really like making like this olivey kind of green. So I'm just going to grab some sap green, some burnt umber to kind of make it a little bit earthier. And I'm just going to gently touch. Actually, I'm going to go here. Just a little bit here. A little bit around there. And I like to touch the petals so there's a bit of a color bleed. See that red going into the green? I love when that happens. And again, our leaves are not perfect. The petals are not perfect. This is a loose floral painting, okay? Okay, so there we have that one. Now I'm gonna do a rose with that lighter pink. So I just added Permanent Rose, a little bit of yellow ochre, okay? And we're gonna do a rose right here. So I'm gonna start off with these small little curves using the tip of my brush, going around, and then I'm gonna start using more pressure to get these larger C curves. And you don't want them too far apart. Of course, my dog's going crazy. Okay, I'm And I try and keep it all the same amount of wetness so you don't get those funky marks. And then I'm just starting to add water to my brush every time I add a larger rose petal around, so it makes it nice and light. I'm gonna have it touch part of the peony there to get a little bit of a color bleed, hopefully. Even a little bit of that green petal, the leaf. Okay, and I'm just gonna go around and around. I'm gonna do some shorter but fatter petals like that. Okay, like so. And now let's add some, actually I'm gonna make it a little darker right there. Let's add some leaves here. And so now I'm gonna do a different leaf color. I have some Hooker's Green Dark, Dioxazine Purple. And if you want to add a little bit of like turquoise or something, you can do that, and we'll have like a bit of a blue leaf. Like a, what's it called? Eucalyptus kind of color. Okay, we're just gonna add that. And again, we're keeping in mind that line of where the heart ends. Okay, so I'm just flattening it where that pencil line is. And I'm gonna do one more flower down here. So I want a little bit of a color bleed, so I'm gonna leave that part open. Okay. Now I think I'm gonna do more of like a darker purpley pink. So same kind of combination, permanent rose, red, a little bit of a purple. And I'm gonna do kind of like a smaller peony. I wanted a bit more pink, I think. There we go. Okay, again, we're getting that color bleed, and we're just doing like a smaller peony. So I'm just doing some rounded petal shapes here. Making it nice and loose. Now this is already dry, so I'm not gonna get a color bleed there. So I'm gonna try not to touch it so it doesn't overlap and create a layer. Like that. And like that. Okay. So there we go. There are 3 main flowers, and now we're just going to spread out these colors going around. Actually, I'm going to grab some of this green. Hold on, I'm going to actually blend it a little bit better with this one because there's a color bleed. It was starting to dry there, so I'm just actually a little bit lighter. Okay, I'm going to grab that green color, and I'm just going to have some of the leaves over here just to kind of space it out evenly. I don't like the color that it's becoming right there. Try and grab it again. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna grab some of that other green. I'm gonna bring some over here, just so we're spacing out those colors kind of evenly. I'm gonna bring some of that light pink up over here. So maybe we can do like another side of a rose. So you can even do just curves like the center would be over here. We're just gonna do some of those C curves, make them nice and light. And really, like, I'm not even doing a flower. I'm just doing curvy petal lines, and it will look like it's part of a flower. Okay, let's add some of those leaf colors attached to here. On this side too. You're just trying to balance it out, right? Oh goodness, why is this all funny looking? See, sometimes you get those like blooms that happen even on good paper. It just happens. It's all good. Now I'm going to take this color and bring it up here to even it out. And I'm just going to do like petal shapes. Not even like focusing on an actual flower, just do a petal shape to fill in that area. Like some little curves coming around. Okay, and let's bring some of that color over here too. You can have it bleed into this petal, or this petal. Why do I keep calling leaves petals? Okay. Maybe bring a little bit over here. Okay. And I feel like we need a little bit more of this greenery. So I'm just going to start filling in little bits of areas with that greenery. So again, sap green and burnt umber. And we're just going to, a little bit more burnt umber. Place it in pockets that look like it could use a little bit of filling. And you can also take some of that pigment off your brush and do a lighter wash of it too, right? It doesn't have to be like super pigmented. Filling in this area. Just so we can get that shape of our heart. Okay, just filling in some of that area like that. And then in the center of these, we're going to do some yellow, just in case you're wondering. I'm going to grab a bit of that lighter pink. Maybe fill it in over here. Like that. I think that looks pretty good. Sorry for the sun. All of a sudden decided to come out. Okay, so I'm going to grab a smaller brush now, actually. I have this size 2, and I'm going to grab some yellow ochre for the center of our peonies, and I'm just going to do a little line and then press down so you get these kind of like center stamen little bits. Again, they don't have to be perfect either. Just a little pop of yellow. Like that. And like that. And honestly, that's it. Okay, so once it's completely dry, if you want to erase any of those pencil marks, you definitely can, but that is how you do a floral heart. Thank you all so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for even more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.